I was thinking I was going to have to go to the phone. I would have actually been here like 3 minutes earlier of being live. I couldn't get. I think the battery dies and the things get stuck. The what do you call me? The computer thing doesn't press.
Oh, you had to change the battery.
Yeah, you got to change the battery.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah.
And I'm stubborn, so I was like, it's gonna work this time. So just change the batteries, bro.
Yep.
We got about a minute. Hello, everybody. Savior Connect. What's going on? Yeah,
hey, good morning. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Savior Connect. Happy March.
Right?
Everybody.
We're in it. We're moving along. You know, it's what's the next big day? It's Easter's the next big day.
Oh, holiday? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think Lent started this week. I've seen some things about that, maybe.
Yep. And then I know basketball, we have March Madness.
Oh, St. Patrick's Day. You got that coming up first.
Yeah.
March Madness, yeah. And then Easter's in April. I don't think Easter's in March this year.
No. And then well, I know March Madness. No, this is the month where everybody because that's the St. Patrick. Everybody's got to wear green, all that stuff for good luck. I'm making a shirt that says leprechauns need Jesus too.
Okay. There you go. That's right.
I don't know how people can take that.
We're not lucky. We're blessed.
Right. All right, everybody. We are back. And of course, as promised, every Wednesday we are here with Miss Jenn Creasy for Winter Jam Wednesday. How you doing, Jenn?
Good morning, everybody. Hey, Duke. Doing pretty good today.
Good.
As usual, set the alarm. The alarm goes off. What do? You fall back to sleep. But thank goodness, Duke and his crew got things going without me, and here we are. Good morning, everybody.
I love it when people are late, especially when I'm late, and then it makes me look good.
That's all right. I'm here.
Right.
Your late is a little different than my late.
Right.
You gotta be there, not me.
What's crazy though, as soon as you said hit the alarm back, all I just flooded with how many times I did that in school and how many times I had to chase behind the bus and how many times my mom had to take me to the bus because I overslept. And yeah. Those mornings were rough.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What do you got for us?
I got lots of stuff. Well, we'll spread it out throughout the morning. How's that sound?
I'm excited.
I do want to wish you a belated birthday. Wasn't your birthday like Monday or something?
Yeah, it was Sunday.
Yeah, happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Did the kids surprise you with anything?
I got a big old steak from Outback. That was the one thing. And
there you go.
Yeah, and they know how I am about steak. If you cross me in any kind of way or hurt me in any kind of way, say you stole my house, stole my life, stole whatever, you can actually get forgiven easily just with a steak, especially from Outback. That's simple. Yeah.
All right.
I wish it was a little bit more difficult than that, but it's like, I'm going to get you, Jetson. Here's a steak. Or you know how the dogs, when the dogs are chasing like somebody and they throw a steak out there, and that's me. I get distracted real easy.
Right. Well, that's good. So they got good food out of it too for your birthday then. Y'all
right. Oh no, they just got me the steak.
No, they just got you the steak. You went alone. Did you go to Outback alone, Duke?
No, I actually was home sleeping. And
they brought it.
Yeah, they brought it for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Very good. That's good kids. That's great. Very good. Well, we'll talk about birthdays later on this morning, but we of course got a lot coming up at Current FM or in Hampton Roads. So if y'all ever want to stay updated with what's going on, make sure you connect with our website. There's lots of events that are posted on there and on our socials. And we've got some big shows that are coming up. So not only Winter Jam, of course, but some other things that are this spring and coming up next week as well. So it's
really
going to be
exciting season right now.
Busy concert season coming up. Definitely. So good. Yes. Excited about it. Definitely. It'll be I'm really looking forward to it. Just praying good wellness as I'm continuing to, feeling a lot better and a little bit stronger every day, and get out there and be able to see a show finally. So
I think that after the whole COVID situation, everybody knows my spiel. I'm like, look, it doesn't have to be this way. We've got to support our Christian artists and our concerts and events. We want to make sure that we're there and we are supportive. Because you never know when we can't be at a concert because of some weird thing that's going on out there. So we've got to take these moments seriously, and especially when you can do it as a family.
Yeah.
That's the big thing, especially you can do it as a family. But all these artists are so amazing. So, and with Winter Jam, you get 10 bands, $10. I mean,
oh yeah,
just come on.
It's great for them. A great deal. So fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. The church that my husband and I have been going to, we're having a worship night on Friday night. Those are good too. So I'm excited about that as well. Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah. It's good to worship together, whether it's CCM dance music, or whether it's, a hip hop artist, or whether it's worship experience, whatever it is.
As long as it's not me singing.
Okay. All right.
I'm horrible.
That's good. Well, we want to hear some people singing. Let's play something for somebody. Let's play something for somebody.
You got it. We're going to play one of my favorite artists, Relate, for King and Country.
Okay. Ooh, yeah. They have a new album coming out this week.
Yeah, they do.
Music now for King and Country. Relate.
All right. So we got the StreamYard audience, and
good morning, everybody. Hello, how are you?
What we're gonna do is the StreamYard and Savior Connect audience. We're gonna play you a little tune too.
Okay, that sounds good. Get everybody started this morning.
Everybody started. We'll start with some Colton Dixon because he's gonna be at Winter Jam. Let's do it. This is Devil is a Lie by Colton Dixon.
I get caught up in trying to be something I'm not to please everyone else. I look deep in the mirror to find everything that isn't right with myself. God only knows I've tried to fight it. It's just a world for soul. He's crying. The devil is a liar, says he can give you everything that you desire, everything you want, but you keep playing with the fire. So don't believe the lie, it comes at a price. Looks like you got somewhere to be, people you need to see, gotta keep up. They say image is everything, making it hard to think that you're enough. God only knows you try to fight it. It's just a world from soul is lying. The devil is a liar, says he can give you everything that you desire, everything you want, but you keep playing with the fire. So don't believe the lie, it comes at a price. Yeah, the devil is a liar, says he can give you everything that you desire, everything you want, but you keep walking on a wire. So don't believe the lie, it comes at a price. Don't believe the lie. Yeah. Don't be dancing with the devil, don't believe a single word, cause when we get to heaven we gon' sing and watch him burn. Dancing with the devil, don't believe a single word. When we get to heaven, we gon' sing and watch him burn. The devil is a liar, says he can give you everything that you desire, everything you want, but you be playing with the fire. So don't believe the lie, it comes at a price. Yeah.
Listen, there has been times in my life when I have not trusted God as much as I should. But through everything I've been through, I have found out that he has proven himself to be God in my life. So I know without doubt that I'm safe in his arms. I'm not worried about what tomorrow brings. I'm safe in his arms. I'm safe in his arms. I'm not afraid of what Satan may throw my way. I'm safe in his arms. I'm safe in his arms. Come on and say, I'm safe in his arms.
I'm safe in his arms. I'm not afraid of what Satan may throw my way. I'm safe in his arms. I'm safe in his arms.
You promise.
You said you keep
me in perfect peace. If I
keep my mind stayed on you. I'm hidden safe in his arms.
I am
safe from all harm.
My soul is resting.
My soul is resting in the arms of mine.
And I am
in his arms.
The war rise against me, in this I'll be confident. I'm safe in his arms. I'm safe in his arms. He is my refuge, my fortress, my God. I'm safe in his arms. I'm safe in his arms.
All rise against me, in this I'll be confident.
I'm safe in his arms.
In his arms. I'm safe in his arms.
He is my refuge. Yes, he is. What you promised, keep me in perfect peace. If I keep my mind
stayed on you.
I am safe
in his arms.
Yes, I am.
From all harm.
My soul is resting.
Resting in the arms of mine.
I am safe. Listen, Psalm 91 says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. Verse 7 goes on to say that 10,000 shall fall at thy right hand, and none of them shall come nigh thee. Verse 11 says, for he shall give angels charge over thee, and keep thee all thy way. Woo! No need to be afraid, because you're home now in the safety of his arms. You're hidden safe. My sister, my brother, no need to be afraid. God said, with long life I will satisfy you and show you my salvation. He is my refuge and my fortress and my God. In him I will trust. Surely he will deliver us from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover us with his feathers, and in his wings shall we trust. All his truth shall be thy shield and buckler. All my tears, yes sir, and all of my sin. Yeah. All of my sins, I'm safe in his arms. My brother, my sister, know that you're safe in the arms of Jesus.
What an absolutely amazing song. Both of those, Colton Dixon and Earl Bynum.
Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah.
So Duke, you know American Idol started on Sunday on your birthday.
It did? No, I didn't know that.
The new season started. All right. I know a lot of people don't really like those kind of shows, but I'm into them. So,
I lost. When Simon left, I lost track. And,
I understand. Yeah.
I was an original, just what is he gonna say next kind of guy.
Yeah, you like that kind of stuff. I gotcha. It was funny and enjoyable and pleasurable while it lasted, but I kind of like it not people not being bashed or being not joked, but you know what I mean, arguments and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
The tension is because you're all about the music. I'm a little theatrical, so
I mean it's funny to see kind of interesting people show up and people to show up to think that they can really sing, and they get offended when somebody tells them that they can't, and we're like, who told you that you could, and why are you here, that kind of thing. But and they do get a couple of those, they do put a couple of those on, the producers pass them through, but I'd rather see the decent ones. And
we've also seen careers get made, like what was the she bangs that one.
Yeah,
so it does get a little weird, but
oh yeah, that's true.
The uncomfortable thing is that at the end of the day, you do see people getting their hearts broken when they because the competition is hard enough as it is.
Well, yeah, it's no spoiler alert. Well, maybe for you because you didn't see it, but this past Sunday, sorry if somebody hasn't seen the show yet, but anyway, it's all over the social media. This particular audition, a young girl, she's like 15 or 16 years old, comes in and sings for them. And you can hear the immaturity in her voice. You can hear that she needs a little bit of growth. You can hear the potential, but she's not quite where she needs to be. Katie really, really liked her and wanted to put her through. The guys, Lionel and Luke, were like, no, she's not ready. She needs to go and, get some more experience and work on some things. And this is why we don't want to put her through, because we don't want her we want her to grow more. And that way, when she does come back and she is ready, she can advance a lot further, because she's not good enough right now to keep advancing.
Yeah.
And she shared that she was Aretha Franklin's granddaughter. So can you imagine? She's coming in there. She's got the weight of the shoulders of her grandmother. And then people thinking that she's got to sing just like her grandmother, which of course she didn't.
Yeah.
But she did have great potential. But she was heartbroken that they didn't put her through. But Lionel and Luke said no to her, and Katie pitched a fit, and she was like, "You guys, she's got sparkle on her. You got to see that."
Well, I had a question for you, like because there's been a lot of people that got taken off and then come back.
Yeah. Well, you can get up
next year.
You can get up to a certain round, and if you don't advance any further, you're allowed to come back and re-audition. But once you've gotten to the certain round, or you've made like the show's top 24 or whatever like that, you've advanced too far, and sometimes in certain years they don't allow you to come all the way back. Now I think they allow you, if you don't make the part where the public is voting, which would be like maybe like the top 10, top 15 or whatever, then you can still come back. But it used to be once you made like the top 24 to a certain level, then you weren't allowed to come back. But I think that they've kind of shifted those rules a little bit for people, just like they've shifted, like the age. There's a lot younger and a little bit older people that are competing on it. But yeah, so she can come back, of course. There's no nothing stopping her from doing that. But I do agree with the guys. She did need some work. She just needs some more maturity in her voice, and more growth in her breathing and her intonation, and just stuff like that could really, really benefit her in the long run to put her best foot forward. Yeah.
Well, tell you what. Good.
I was just going to say stuff like that, happens. The show on Sunday showcased some great talent. There were, I would say, 2 standout girls that I really liked, maybe three. And then there was not quite as many guys yet that I liked. The judges even agreed, saying that it's kind of female heavy with the talent a little bit more right now. So maybe hopefully some guys we'll see in the next coming weeks. But the very last guy that they showcased on the show was a beautiful songwriter and did an original, and it was really, really good. It was sort of a Black Lives Matter kind of focused theme to the song, and he really poured his heart out in it, and the judges really liked the song. So I won't say that he had an exceptional singing voice, but hopefully he'll be able to showcase some of his original material as he goes through the competition, and maybe something will come up of that, because he did express how much of a writer that he is, and that's like his thing, is writing. So anyway, it was good.
That's a hard situation when you're trying to find your way around the music, especially if you don't have necessarily the voice, but you do know you love music and you love writing. And I tell people all the time, because I have to work with a lot of artists and writers, and I help them find their because I don't want to see people getting constantly rejected out there. It's terrible.
True. Well, I mean, and also if you can find other people that have great voices that can be the voice for your music, that's even a better route. And that's what they do a lot in the industry, is they have, studio singers that come in and sing the songs so that they can shop the music to people, when the songwriter can't necessarily pull off all the fluff
stuff.
And the special sauce, whatever it might be for that particular song. You want it to you want it to move through. Because
I didn't know this, but the end goal for most songs when people come out with music is for it to be a hit. I thought we were just making music sometimes, but they're like, no, we're trying to make that hit that goes across the country. That's what the billboard's for. Like, I did not know that for a long time. We have 30 seconds. Yeah, it only makes sense.
I mean, there is a goal. I mean, sometimes people just want other people to hear their stuff, but there is a goal that you do want it to do well, because the better that it does and people want to play it, the more people will hear it. So
and I love seeing how grateful they are when they get through. I like when the excitement on the shows like that. When they get through, they're so excited. We're about to go in Current FM. We are back with Miss Jenn Creasy, the star herself. We're back. We got the Savior Connect audience. Thank you for joining us. And of course, the Facebook audience, thank you for joining us. But
we want to make sure that everybody knows how they can get a hold of that, because I know since I've been on Wednesdays, a lot of people have been reaching out. Hey, how can I hear this? If I miss whatever. But we're live right now on the radio and on streaming on our website currentfm.com, and on the TuneIn radio app that people can listen to us worldwide. But we're also on, like Duke said, we're on Savior Connect, which is a
Christian social media, just like Facebook.
Yes, and we are on Facebook, and the Facebook pages that we are on right now are Current FM Positive Hit Radio. And are we up on FM in the AM as well?
FM in the AM, and then Coming Soon Jesus.
Coming Soon Jesus. So you can go to any of those Facebook pages and you can watch a little behind the scenes, which was kind of what we were doing just a few minutes ago, before just now coming back on live onto the radio and the streaming. But if you're kind of in the background and a fly on the wall on the socials, you get to kind of hear and see everything.
Yeah.
And you get to watch Duke eat his breakfast and all that kind of stuff.
If you want to call it eating, I just breathe it in.
Okay, the kids are eating it and you're just smelling the aroma, and that's giving you the strength that you need. I gotcha. So there's various different ways that you can see us, or you can watch us, or you can just hear us, whatever it might be. But it's cool how technology has advanced in such a way that I can be here at my house recovering and resting, and Duke's doing all the work. So in the studio.
Well, I do. Can you imagine even hearing that? Like, Duke's actually running the board. There was a day. Oh man, it was nerve-wracking. all these buttons, and you just get intimidated by all the buttons. And
Well, yeah, because there's so many, and you don't really have to use them all, and so
right.
it can be intimidating for
Well,
sure.
while you were being such a blessing, tell everybody how to connect with Current FM and what we're doing right now. I want to tell everybody about Jenn's page, which is Connect with Jenn Creasy on Circles of Prayers for Jenn on Facebook. Thank you.
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
a private group that people can join. Mhm.
Yeah, it's a private group that people join just to get those updates and inside information on what's going on with Jenn, and then so make sure if you guys want to support her in any kind of way, every blessing counts. Here's her information up here, her Cash App and email, and so make sure you guys send some love her way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Duke, I can't believe it. It's going to be 2 years in a couple of weeks. 2 years.
Wow.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing a sort of a big kind of a how am I doing update on the anniversary of it coming up in a couple of weeks. I'll post sort of how I'm doing on the page. Yeah, I would love people to join if they want to jump on there and connect with other people that are, we're praying together.
Yeah, I gotta say, you're such a strong person and such a warrior and an inspiration. Thank you so much. I know you don't always feel like it sometimes, but every day that you keep pushing, you're just really inspiring people. So thank you so much for being you and plugging along and coming back on the show and doing this. We love it, especially because you're so knowledgeable. One thing about Jenn is like she loves music. I love knowing what's in your brain. Like, what is she gonna say today? Like, what am I? Because I know I'm gonna learn something. Like I'm the permanent student guy, and you definitely have the teacher vibe. But I love your love for music, and you always have a story to tell. It's really cool.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, Duke. Thank you. It's a lot of fun, and it's it's sort of it's a blessing to do it, and music has blessed my life all my life, and it's good when you enjoy the type of music that can bless other people, you know what I'm saying, and you want as many people to hear it as possible because we know that God's moving through it. So it's all kinds of music is fantastic, and I love all sorts of music, and we've talked about that before, all the different genres, but Christ-centered and Christ-focused music just has just a different air to it, you know what I mean? And it might not be everybody's style, and of course there's lots of different styles of Christian music, but it might not be everybody's cup of tea. But I highly recommend you at some point try to find your niche or the artist that you would like within the style that you like, to really get connected in that way, because it can just change your countenance for the day, you know what I mean? Just hearing the right lyrics or hearing the right words that kind of can speak to your life and speak to your heart, and it's not all about money and love and John Deere tractors, or you know what I'm saying? It's deeper, and I just think it's really important to have that in your life. Yeah. There's a lot of people that love to read. There's a lot of people that love to listen to things, and I'm always been one that just kind of soaks in songs and music and lyrics and stuff like that. So yeah.
It's so true, so true. Music has gotten a lot of people through some difficult times, and I actually had on my birthday show, I was sharing everybody the music that did get me through some difficult times, and I almost had like a worship service in here, had me crying and everything, because it just music is extremely, extremely important. But one thing I can say about you that I like, not only do you like different genres, one of the things I've always respected about you, even as those genres evolve, you're still like you're so supportive, and that's difficult to do. We talked about for King and Country having a new album, but it's like when you find that band, that artist, that group that you absolutely love, you want them to stay there. When they want to explore, like you've always been so supportive, and that kind of gives me the ability to say, okay, well, Duke, this is a new album. Don't expect it to sound like the old.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
allow
people to evolve a little bit.
Yeah.
Experiment.
Exactly.
Well, the creativity. I enjoy, being creative and the creativity, and not it's stagnant if somebody stays like in one little thing. And I think it doesn't necessarily show that there is a lot of creativity. It's more like a comfort zone. And sometimes you need to step out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That's a good point. And I think that's what For King and Country really does. They
Yeah.
really, even in their music videos to their stage performance, they work with different artists. They challenge music. I know that I struggled. It's so hypocritical because I was all about Christian rap and Christian rock, but I did struggle when things became more electronic sound. Where
Like EDM, electronic music.
yeah. That, and I was like, oh, that's not a band. You can't do that. You can't do that. And but Family Force 5 helped me out with that.
Okay.
Yeah, Family Force 5.
Well, I mean, but they were a live band. They were doing it sort of a live band way. But yeah. I know what you mean.
They experimental. They push the limit. You know what I mean? It's like I want to be that guy, but that's just noise. It's like, no, that's actually pretty rocking. It's not.
Yeah, definitely. We want to tell everybody a happy Dr. Seuss Day. Today is Dr. Seuss's birthday, and it's National Dr. Seuss Day today, Duke. Yeah.
Right on.
So you eat your green eggs and ham and Sam I am and whatever else.
That's such a huge part of our life.
Yeah, I know, right? Today's also National Banana Cream Pie Day. Banana cream pie. Sounds pretty good right now, right? Yeah.
Right.
And it's World Teen Mental Wellness Day, which is very, very important. I know that's a huge topic of discussion and has been spoken about, particularly through all this COVID stuff that's been going on in our world. But yeah, today, World Teen Mental Wellness Day, which is so important for anybody to have, wellness within the mental, but particularly our kids need to be careful about, that kind of thing.
Just want to say real quick, I say this all the time. If you sprain your ankle, hurt your leg, hurt your back, we're quick to go to the doctor. Let's not treat our mind any different or our brain any different. Like, concussions are a real thing. And I know our kids are playing sports and things like that. But concussions are a big deal. And so mental wellness is extremely important.
Yeah, it sure is. And I know I learned a whole lot when one of our business partners for years used to come in the studio. God rest his soul, he's in heaven now. Dr. Paige Huff would come in, and he was like, our psychological professional that would come in and tell us all about different things. And I learned a lot that the mental unwellness develops within young adults, like late in the mid to late teenage years, and in young adults, that's when that starts developing. Now there may be other things that cause you to develop whatever or be born with whatever when you're young, but a lot of the mental difficulties that there are, and there's a list of them, I'm sure, that psychotherapists and psychologists have come up with over the years, but they are developed in the late teens and early young adult age. And so that's when you have to be really
make that transition.
When your body is changing and your brain is continuing to grow, because our brains are not fully developed when we're first born. There's a lot of growth that needs to happen.
I appreciate you including all of us in that, not just that men's brains are not fully developed.
Oh, you said it, not me, sir.
I appreciate you putting us all in there together. We're one.
Yeah. So today is that. And also today, which I found interesting for anybody that enjoys antiques, today is Old Stuff Day. So to celebrate your old stuff.
Which version of old? This generation's version of old? Because that means like an old phone from last year is old. So which version of old?
I know, right? Is it 2 days ago old, or is it like 50 years ago old? What old is it? Certain things are old. You buy a car on a lot and it's old once you drive on the lot.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I know. And for all the cat lovers out there, today is International Rescue Cat Day. You're not a cat guy, are you, dude? No, you definitely
Mm,
look like a dog guy. Are you a
yeah,
dog guy? Yeah.
I am a dog guy for sure.
Mhm.
But just you know what, I'm a big baby, so like cuddling and all that stuff means the world to me, and they're not into it. Cats. Just I
Cats,
feel rejection from cats, and I have rejection issues.
they give you the side eye all the time.
Yeah,
Cats
yeah,
give side eye.
they're just not.
Look at Duke and like, what
I
is
feel
this
like
doing?
I'm in their way. I feel like I'm in their way, and like they're the master and I'm the pet. That's
Mhm.
how I feel with cats.
Infringing on their territory. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
cats have a way of doing that. They're almost like hoity polloi. You know what I mean? Like they're just, you are
right,
in my space. You need to go over there and get out of the
right,
yeah. That's
right. Yeah,
and dogs are like
I,
you do.
and I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's me all day. And I live for that. And just cats. You know, to me, the cat reminds me of the psychiatrist, like constantly observing us. And like, I'm like, what are you thinking about, man? Like,
Yeah.
do you like me?
And then when they're a cat that like stays away because a lot of cats just kind of keep in their own space, then you're thinking, is there a problem with me? Are they do
Yeah,
they not want
right,
to be
that's
around? What's
exactly
going
right.
on?
Did I do something wrong? Like, why
I
don't
know.
you?
Why are they
Why are we
staring at
not
me?
connecting? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so funny talking about cats and dogs. Was watching this show normally is not that funny. The America's Funniest Home Videos. There's
Oh,
sometimes they
yeah.
put those things on there, and you're like, why is that even funny? But this one, with any type of an animal, it's very spontaneous. Whatever happens to them, so it's automatically really funny or really cute. But
Yeah.
I guess they have these new things now that you can put like a camera in your home. And then if you want, you press a button when you're like at work, you press this button and like a dog treat will pop out onto the floor and you can like
Yep.
feed your dog a dog treat or whatever. Well, this couple, I guess they were out of town or whatever, and they were looking on their camera watching their dogs, and the dog came in the room, and the owner said, hey, said the dog's name, like say for instance the dog was Fido or whatever. He's like, hey Fido. And the dog starts looking around, like he hears the voice. And then the other dog jumps up onto the couch, and the dog's like, get out. I mean, the owner was like, get down, get down. And the dog like stopped in his tracks. And then the person kept talking, or you could hear them laughing. And the dog got really close to the microphone and like put their eye. It was looking. It was so hilarious, and they were like looking inside the camera for the people that kept hearing the voice.
That is hilarious. Oh,
It was so funny.
I gotta say, I love the fact that people have these home cameras and can kind of see their animals in action. They showed one where the dog it was like a Malamute or one of those Huskies, and it was like sitting back like a person with his feet up and changing the channel on TV. And you can't show me stuff like that in my brain because I'm like the Toy Story guy. Like, are the toys real? When we leave, like I never grew up in that area. I just put on the adult mask. So my brain already works like that. I'm like, are animals around talking about us and stuff? They just don't talk to us. But they got footage of the guy, the guy, this Husky, changing channels on the TV, and then when the owners come in, just going through, and the other dog's sitting right beside him, and when the owner comes in, they hop down. He cut the TV off and hops down, and they run around and act like dogs. And I'm like, I knew it. I know they know algebra and all that stuff. It's real.
Yeah, you just wonder sometimes about.
Everyone says I'm crazy. I'm like, no, these guys. I'm the guy that tries to prove it, and they make look crazy all the time. We have evidence. We're splattered.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm like, I'm going to prove that these guys know exactly what they're doing. Do you have any pets?
I did growing up. I don't have any now. But I did have a dog when I was little, till I was about like second grade, and then we got a different dog. That we didn't have that dog anymore, and then we got a different dog. And that dog lived a long time. The first one was like a cockapoo. like a small Cocker Spaniel Poodle mix.
Yeah.
And then later on, when I was like in late elementary school, all the way through my early 20s, that we had the dog, and she was a Golden Retriever Collie mix, and she was
wow.
wonderful. Yeah,
Wow.
she was wonderful.
Yeah, they know how to, especially when you're down and they come and cuddle with you. That I know the owner of the station, and verbally, Miss Annie V.
She has a bird.
She's a bird. Oh, what's so funny is when she calls me sometimes and we'll be talking or something, and the bird will do something like bite her ear, and she's like, "Ow, stop that!" And I'm like, "What did I do now?" You know, she's talking to the bird, not me. but she's always got stories about her bird, and the bird talks.
Yeah,
that's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah,
it's proving my point. We accept it from the birds, but not the dogs. No.
Right. Yeah, the birds.
Hypocrisy.
So funny. So good. All right. Well, what are we doing right now, sir? What we got going on?
All right. So, actually, we're going to play some commercials. We're going to say thank you to some of our sponsors because they are extremely important to the station. If you're thinking about being a sponsor, please go to currentfm.com. We're listener supported. We can't make it without you guys. So we're going to play a couple commercials from our sponsors. So the first one you're going to hear about is from Able Auto. Thank you, Able Auto, for your support. We're extremely grateful.
Station making a difference.
All right, everybody. So here we are on the Savior Connect Facebook StreamYard. We thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody who is tuning in, we do our best to make sure that you guys get your own experience. And if you want to be a supporter of Current FM, just go to currentfm.com. Also, one of the things that I love, so for the Savior Connect audience, I don't know where you guys are from all over the world, but I do got to say this, always keep your heart open to new music. You know what I mean? It's so cool to see what a lot of these younger artists are doing. And it's always cool to see, what a band's going to do 10, 15 years later. Like we got to grow with like bands like Newsboys. And I think that's so amazing. But what we're going to do now is we're going to play a song by We the Kingdom, which is going to be here soon.
Next Friday.
Next Friday. This is going to be amazing. We the Kingdom is going to be here next Friday.
All the details on our website to get tickets and all that kind of stuff. Just go to currentfm.com.
Yep. And this song is called Holy Water. Right on. Such a
Yeah,
great song.
good
Such a
stuff.
great song. Yeah.
We the Kingdom in concert next Friday, the 11th of March, and the venue is at London Bridge Baptist Church off of Lynn Haven Parkway, which is right there in Virginia Beach, just off the interstate. So details about it, go to our website currentfm.com and get your tickets if you don't already have them.
Yeah, I'm all about a jam band and rocking, but I tell you what, there's nothing like a worship experience where you get to be around new music. But I remember the vibe even when Hillsong first came out. There was just this anticipation for God to do something great and for God to move. So definitely don't expect like a regular concert. It's like you get God, and then the concert is the byproduct of the presence of God showing up. So it's really amazing to see that. And these guys, I always think about the sacrifice that they're making. That bus life is rough,
Yep.
and that tour life, but they do it. They do it because they love the gospel. They love sharing the gospel with people. So make sure that you guys check out, and make sure you check out their backstory. It just, oh man, it's amazing when you find out why artists are doing what they do and why they make the music they make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely so. Definitely so. So good. Such good stuff. So we've got today's Wednesday, of course, and happy Hump Day. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy March the 2nd.
Right.
And new music is releasing on Friday. So just want to make people aware of what to be looking forward to download or to check out or to purchase, whatever it is however you get a hold of good music. Speaking of worship teams, Elevation has Lion that is releasing on Friday. So looking forward to that from Elevation. So good.
Yeah, definitely.
Trip Lee is another great artist, and we've had the privilege of seeing him a couple of times in concert. He's a part of that 116 crew,
Yep.
and he is dropping a project called The End, and that is coming out on Friday as well. So good stuff from him. Looking forward to that. And Blanca,
The guy's a preacher.
yes, he is.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
he is. Yeah. And Blanca has a new single coming out. It's called The Healing. And Dante Bowe is featured artist on the song. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing that one from Blanca and Dante Bowe doing collaboration. That's going to be good stuff. Also, another artist that we play on Current FM, his name is Josh Wilson. And he has a new single coming out. It's called Things That I'm Afraid Of. That's the name of the song, Things That I'm Afraid of. And guess what? Of course, we were talking about him earlier. We played their latest single, Relate. For King and Country has What Are We Waiting For? That is finally highly anticipated, finally coming out on Friday, their brand new project. What Are We Waiting For? So yeah, looking forward to that.
Those guys are just amazing. I had Jason Ferris here last week from Bretta Stone, and they run For King and Country Sound.
Okay.
And so he said that he was laughing. He was saying, no matter how many times I've seen their set or whatever they choose to do, I'm captivated and so caught up into it. No matter how many times he goes, and he says it's always funny because I'm like, when are they going to walk out into the crowd or do something like that? He goes, and before I know, he's like, I know they're going to do it. And then all of a sudden I look and they're right beside me and it's happening. And
there you go.
They're just such an amazing group.
Yeah. And this, I don't know what they're doing. Well, right now they're not on the road. They're taking some time off because they're, promoting the new album, and then they're going to go out on another big tour. But the last tour that they did, which was, early winter, just after the holidays, they had these like elevator things on stage where the guys went up in them and sang while it was, going up and down. Yeah. Really cool, fun, creative stuff. Well, it's a whole family process. For those of you that know, Joel and Luke Smallbone, that's their last name, is a younger sibling of Rebecca St. James. And of course, Rebecca St. James came out first as, an artist back in the 90s, a young teenage girl, and they're all from Australia. And so
I did not know that. This is what I'm talking about, Jen. This is what you do.
and so they came over to the States to live here and tour and support Rebecca in her pursuit of music. Her dad is like very heavily involved. At the time he might have been Rebecca's manager, and he does some other creative things with For King and Country. But they have other siblings. They have other, sons, and one of the sons is a filmmaker. One of the sons also does a lot of management for King and Country. One of the sons runs the entire lighting for King and Country and their shows. And then, of course, you've got Joel and Luke. And any of the music videos that you see them do, one of the brothers has directed the music video. And I know that, they've got movies that they've done before. And the movie that Joel was the lead actor. It was that trafficking movie that he did several years ago. His brother was the director for that. So they are all very, very creative and do a lot together. And so, yeah, it's kind of a family business. It's
that's my dream for my kids, is to take Coming Soon Jesus and everything and take it to another level, whatever they want to do. That's the dream. But I cannot believe I did not know. I can totally hear their voice now with Rebecca St. James and them. Had no clue.
You didn't know they were brother and sister?
Not at all. I would have thought that would have been a great concert together, Rebecca St. James and For King and Country. And
dude, well, the guys used to sing background vocal for her when they were younger, when they were teenagers. Come on, where you been, dude? You've been listening to Newsboys too much. That's it.
No, that is the truth. That I was about to say, the only other group that I know that puts on, like, I know that Skillet is big in pyro. That's another Winter Jam band. Skillet's big on pyro and explosions, but Newsboys will take the drummer and flip him upside down and have
Duncan.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So Newsboys
flip him upside down.
Yeah,
they don't quite flip him upside down, but he's on his side quite a bit. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They twisting and turning, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. I know a lot of secular celebrities that tell me straight up that they believe that Christian artists are superior artists, and I'm like, man, why don't you go on TV and say that?
Yeah,
like, because we got to eat. That's why.
in a lot of ways, if you look back at just the singers and the vocal ability of a lot of the artists that are in Christian music, very gifted, and they do not need any sort of adaptation in the studio to adjust their voice to make them sound good. They're fine without it. Hello, Natalie Grant. Hello. Yes, there are so many. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. Yeah.
Natalie Grant. Didn't she just do that was Amy Grant?
What?
The playoffs. The national anthem.
Natalie.
That was Natalie. Okay,
Natalie does the national anthem a lot for professional football, but she also, I think, sang at one of the final college battles.
Wow.
She does it a lot. She's a big Seattle fan. She'll sing a lot of times for Seattle, but yeah, she did one, and I'm like, I vote Natalie Grant Super Bowl anthem. She needs to do the Super Bowl anthem.
Right. Yeah.
But hopefully that'll come, and it'll be the same year that Toby Mac is doing the halftime show.
There you go. I like the way you talk. Toby Mac doing the halftime show. I gotta say something. Toby Mac is amazing to me because I understand that when we want to be strong for the Lord and things like that. He lost his son, and he was on tour at the time, and
he was in Canada.
Yeah, and the fact that he came back and finished the tour, and then he did another one. It's like I don't think he's doing it for to hide behind. I think that he's doing it because he really says this is the business that we're in. We're in the healing business. We're in the God business. I have to let people see because he has no problem talking about the loss of his son, and he has no problem talking about what God is doing through him and his family right now.
Well, and it's crazy too. The album that he had just put out and was touring with speaks into, you know, that topic of family and the topic of going through difficulties. I mean, it was point on thematically with then what was going on with his family. Yeah, it was crazy how, you know, that's how God works sometimes, you know. Not sometimes, he's always working like that.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
He's always got you when you don't think that he's got you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, preparing you for what's to come, for sure. Preparing you, and you don't even realize it at the time, and then all of a sudden you're like, your mind's just blown.
I see what you did there. Yeah, just trusting him. Well, what I'm going to do now is speaking of artists, and we had an opportunity of having Abby Robertson on the show.
Yeah.
And she's just such a sweet person. But you know Abby.
I do. Yeah, she's I got to know her and her parents several years ago. She's good friends actually with our lovely friend Trina Olsen Keeney, who spent many years at Current FM, and that's kind of how I met, because Abby was friends with Trina's daughter Rachel, and then just because we're all kind of friends, I got connected with them in that way. When I want to say Abby was probably like in middle school. And now she's like in her early 20s. So it's been several years. And she, you know, had that pursuit of wanting to be in the music industry then, and was teaching herself how to play the guitar and doing some singing and, you know, a little bit of songwriting. And some of our friends that that are local bands here in the area would accompany Abby when she would sing for certain things. And shout out to all those, all my musician friends and worship leader friends and stuff, and kind of helped Abby through that a growth spurt. And then, you know, she just met people along the way that kind of moved her through. And now, excuse me, I about to sneeze. Sorry about that.
Was that a sneeze?
A little bit. It was a little.
Oh, my sneeze is a real sneeze. It's like,
I was holding it in.
I was like, that was cute. That's not a sneeze, lady.
But yeah, so Abby is now currently living in Nashville, and she got signed during COVID, I think, to a record label, and started putting out singles and shopping them to radio. And then she got put on the Winter Jam tour, and so now she's pre-jam opening for Winter Jam, and just really excited for her and what the Lord is doing with her music and with her heart. And I want to say she's like 22-ish years old, 21, 22 years old. And so, yeah, when Winter Jam is here on the 18th, it'll be her hometown show. So excited for her with that.
Well, this is Sanctuary by Abby Robertson. Can you tell me? I kept saying that Robinson last time.
You got it, sir.
Abby Robertson. Here we go.
You gave me a place where I could find rest. Your love gave me strength when I ran out of breath. And nobody knows me like you do. Jesus, I run to you. Wherever I am, there you are. Whenever I fall, it's into your arms. When clouds around me gather, you are my shelter. Even in the waves of a raging sea, you're the calm where I find peace. When waters rise around me, you are my sanctuary. You are my sanctuary. Jesus, you are. You're my hideaway. when I can't take it anymore. Yeah, with just a whisper of your name, you settle the storms, and nobody knows me like you do. Jesus, I run to you. Wherever I am, there you are. Whenever I fall, it's in your arms. When clouds around me gather, you are my shelter. Even in the waves of a raging sea, you're the calm where I find peace. When waters rise around me, you are my sanctuary. You are my sanctuary. Jesus, you are. You're my hiding place. I'm always safe. I'm safe in your arms. And you never change. You stay the same. It's just who you are. Wherever I am, there you are. Whenever I fall, it's in your arms. Wherever I am, there you are. Whenever I fall, it's in your arms. When clouds around me gather, you are my shelter. Even in the waves of a raging sea, you're the calm where I find peace. When waters rise around me, you are my sanctuary. You are my sanctuary. Jesus, you are. You're my hiding place. And I'm always safe, my sanctuary.
Countless men have given their lives to service in this country, in military and law enforcement, and the aftermath is young men are left without fathers to lead them forward. A life camp is a camp we've built for boys that lost their fathers either from military service or law enforcement. This camp was designed to offer young men the opportunity to get out in the wilderness with a team of mentors who can guide them on their journey of what it means to become a godly man. What these guys are going to experience in this week in the great outdoors is an opportunity to learn about what it means to be a young man in characteristics that are important in life. Hard work, discipline, integrity, honesty, and really progress and grow into strong young men. The experience is over the top. We want to be there for these boys going forward for years to come.
If you know of a family we can help, or to support this ministry financially, log on to lifecampusa.org.
All right, you just saw the Life Camp commercial, and that is an organization that some friends and I started last year, about 2 years ago. We started planning for it, and then this year, of course, last year we launched it, and it was phenomenal. It was a project we were working on. Well, actually, we started in 2019, and then 2020 we launched the first one. And to see what these young men go through, sometimes we cannot forget that once a soldier passes away, the funeral happens, the shock and awe is gone, but they still have families that are dealing with life. And so we, as vet, myself and other vets out there, we decided we're going to do something about it. And that is what is happening. Life Camp's going to be, it's going strong right now. And next year is going to be even bigger and better. One of my favorite things about it is watching these kids go beyond grief into and being able to see life from their father's eyes and kind of do the things that he did and hunt and show up, that they don't have to sit in grief, but you can choose the correct grieving process. And watching them, just so everyone knows, we do not try to replace the fathers. But we just try to be mentors and care for people, care for them, and be a consistent voice of guidance in their lives. So That's what Life Camp is. Make sure you guys support Life Camp if you get a chance. They're partners of Current FM, which is one of the reasons why we have them up here. So we're growing and going. That's what I like to say, growing and going. We also have MercyDrops.life, which is another organization that we support and also partners with Current FM. Current FM is, people love Current FM. If you're not listening to Current FM, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what your problem is, but you got to get with the program. We're on it, man. We're on it. But MercyDrops.life, Joe Frizzolowski. I just totally crushed his name. Joe Frizzolowski. I just want to say it all day now. Like, ask me, Joe. Who's Joe? Frizzolowski.
There you go.
You got Joe has his show at 1 o'clock, on Wednesdays. So he'll be coming in actually today. I wanted his show to be called A Cup of Joe, but, whatever. People don't like to listen to me. But he runs Mercy Drops. This guy dropped $4 million worth of food on the city of Portsmouth because he wanted to give a few kids sandwiches during the shutdown, because when they shut the schools down during COVID, a lot of kids didn't have, that was their only way of eating. And so he brought $4 million worth of food from churches coming together, from ministries coming together, from people coming together, donating food. And MercyDrops.life is just, just an amazing organization. So, but we're going to be coming back in about 30 seconds. We're going to be bringing the radio audience back in. That's
great. That's so good. Yeah. Make sure for anybody that's watching the Facebook Lives, Duke's got some of the websites that are posted up just under his face right there on the screen. So anytime he's talking about something, check it out. See how you can get involved, or maybe point it to somebody else that you think might benefit from it. It's really good.
Yeah. And I tell you what, these organizations are really absolutely doing amazing things. We have 13 seconds, but they really are doing amazing things. So make sure you guys, just stay focused. Oh, wow. Lauren Daigle. Okay. Current FM. I'm sorry. I saw Lauren Daigle. Hold on to me. He's one of my favorites. But we're here with Jenn Creasy for Winter Jam Wednesday.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, and how are you? Want to give a shout out to Francesca Battistelli, one of our Current FM artists. She just had her sixth child. Sixth. Yes. Sixth. Francesca Battistelli is a mommy once again. February the 19th, she had Annabeth Catherine. That's her name. So congratulations to Francesca. Sixth child. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. And that's, six. But, that's the way it used to be. It's just that in my world,
That's a big family.
Six is as competitive as you and your family are. Do you think you could have did six?
No. I wanted possibly three. I have two sons, but I wanted possibly three. But just didn't happen for us. So life goes on. We have two wonderful boys.
Six, just the amount of argument. See, for me, because me and my family are, or as Kristen would say, my family and I. She would correct me. My family and I, we're a little crazy. So I personally can't imagine six, because it's like Gremlins. It gets worse as it goes along. Like I'm Gizmo, and then
I don't know. Sometimes, from what I've heard, the more kids that there are, sometimes they start, taking care of each other. It makes it a little easier.
No. When you're a Duke child, when you're a Dukelet, it's different. It's like you become darker.
There's this show that's on TLC. In fact, I was watching one of the episodes last night. Something that's, I forget what the full title is, but their last name is Dorico, and they live in Las Vegas, and they have 14 children. 14. But it's a lot of multiples, a lot of, some triplets, some twins.
Okay.
A few single births. And the episode that I was watching, they have their oldest is, I think, 15 or 16, and their youngest is 2, and they have triplets, 2-year-old triplets. and the mother's pregnant again.
Oof.
Yeah, I know.
But it's so like that's the thing is that it wasn't.
That's a
How
lot.
it was back in the day. You know what I
Well,
mean? So
this is now. This is
I
now.
know.
Though. This isn't a back in the day. This
No,
is
I'm just
current.
saying that I gotta wrap my brain around because it's like but people used to come from families of 17 and 9 and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And,
Yeah.
Jobs and technology. And I think people are just like, hey man, these guys are crazy. Let's shit out. I tell people all the time, who in their right mind would really want to be God? He has 7 billion kids.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. That's a lot. That's a lot to handle, but he can do it because he's
You
omnipresent.
can do it. There you go. It's like you take that job. One of my other favorite songs is I always forget the artist that sings it because I'm always into the song where he says, "You're a better king than I am," or "You're a better king than me." I love that concept. Like, you know what? I get that it's my life, but you're a better driver. You know what I mean? And so sometimes we got to learn how to step back even in our own lives and let God drive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Something else I wanted to share too in music news. Switchfoot's guitarist is leaving the band, so they are going to be down a member. I don't know if they'll get somebody else to take his place, but Drew Shirley, the guitarist of Switchfoot, is parting ways, and they haven't said, if it was something that happened or not, but he's just going to be taking a different path than the band is, and just stepping away. But they've been together as a band for a lot of years, and sometimes you just need a break, or you're ready to move on to the next adventure. You know what I mean? So yeah. So best wishes to Drew as he steps into a new season, and Switchfoot as they move forward without him. So yeah.
Wow. I don't know how I feel about it. It's almost like it sounds like a little breakup kind of. I don't know.
Well,
I know people have to grow.
They haven't said what he's going to next or what his next job is, but maybe he's just ready to not be on the road, you know what I mean, all the time, or be with family and all that kind of stuff. But yeah.
But see, this is what I'm talking about. When you want what you want in somebody else's life, like what I was saying earlier about touring and all that stuff. Like I'm like, no, his job is Switchfoot. He belongs in Switchfoot. Like actors are only allowed to play the roles you like.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Like, oh man, that's. I guess it's going to be new news, not necessarily bad.
Right. Right.
Just news.
All right, Duke, are you ready to play our favorite game that we love playing every Wednesday? Let's see. Can we stump Duke or not? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, the answer to that is yes.
All right. So these are birthdays. And we already talked about it. I mentioned it. Today is a Dr. Seuss day. So I'll already tell you, yes, it's Dr. Seuss's birthday, had he still been alive. But right. Dr. Seuss passed away. All right. So these other ones are mainstream people. They're secular people. I don't have a list today of anybody in the Christian world with a birthday today. But so we'll be talking a little bit more secular. I won't give you too many hints. I think you'll be able to figure most of these out because you're good at this kind of stuff. All right. The first birthday, this is a hint. This artist has had 15 studio albums, is from New Jersey, been married to his high school girlfriend for a lot of years, pushing in the 20s. In the mid to late 20s of years. Couple of the song titles: "Living on a Prayer," "You Give Love a Bad Name."
Oh, come on. Oh, come
Blaze of Glory.
Bon Jovi.
You got it. Good job, sir. Good job. Happy birthday to John Bon Jovi, celebrating a birthday today.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, boy.
Now you got a song in your head.
His voice, amazing.
Whenever I hear his name, I always hear the talk box that the other guy. That other thing. All right, so here's another birthday. This actor, born in England, The sixth actor to play the role of James Bond. The sixth actor to play the role of James Bond, and he's from England. Today he turns 52 years old. His name is
Craig.
That's his last name. What's his first name?
Keith.
It's a Bible character in the Lion's Den. Who was in the Lion's Den?
Daniel Craig.
There you go.
Craig. Yeah, and I know they give him a hard time too. They're really tough on Daniel Craig. they give him a hard time.
All right, so here's another one. This one I think's pretty easy. The husband of Lucille Ball.
Nope, Lucille Ball.
The husband of Lucille Ball played opposite her on her show I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy, yeah.
Cuban. Hey, Lucy, I'm home.
Yeah, I've always saw that. That's the only thing I know is.
What's his name?
Oh, come on.
Desi Arnaz.
See, I didn't know his name, but that was one of my favorite things to say. Well, actually, when I do something stupid, say if I fuss somebody out or I do something stupid, I say, Duke, you got some explaining to do.
There you go.
Oh man.
Isn't that like from Scarface though? Isn't that like from Scarface?
No, that was that maybe that tone because
Italian.
Yeah, it's never good. But then Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That was always what a funny show. I used to watch them on Sundays where that would come on, then like Tarzan, then Three Stooges. So they was like back to back, and I used to be fascinated because I always wanted to know when did life become color? Because when it was black and white, I thought that everything was in black and white.
I gotcha. Yeah. But
when I was about 40, I figured it out though. You know what I mean? Yeah, I figured it out.
I remember when I just had a black and white television. Yeah, I remember just having black and white TV. All right, here's the last birthday for the day.
All right.
This guy, this is an easy one. You'll get this one, no problem. This guy just announced his retirement from the NFL. He's a quarterback from a very cold state. They wave yellow towels where he's from. They wave yellow towels. He has a really long last name.
Nope.
Duke.
Yeah, not really the football guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, you got to say that again.
Ben Roethlisberger. Quarterback from the Steelers. He just announced his retirement. But anyway, today's his birthday, so happy birthday to him. Da, 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 da.
I think about
what do you
about how tough growing up is, man. It's just Roethlisberger.
Yeah, that's a hard last name, I know, right? All right, so on this day in history, I got two really cool ones for you today. On this day in history, in 1965. Do you think you can guess what happened on this day in history in 1965?
It's gonna have something to do with like World War II or something like that.
Well, kind of in a roundabout way, yeah, sort of, kind of.
All right, 1965.
The Sound of Music, a film adaptation of the musical, premiered as a movie, and we got to see the Von Trapp family in Austria, and of course that was during the time of the war.
Well, I tell you what, that movie had a lot to do with me. See, I'm grown now, and I don't worry about what people think. I'm a grown man, but that's when I got in show choir. We actually performed The Sound of Music. Very proud of that.
All right.
Oh,
so let me guess, which of the kids were you?
Oh, no, it was a choir thing. We just went over the song. We did the soundtrack. But if we did it, I would have been Jamal.
the adopted child. The adopted child.
Yeah. That time it was tough to be on television. I was in the shadow. I was picking up their socks and stuff like that.
All right, here's one more for you. We were talking about when things went from black and white to color. How about this one? This one was in 1933. 1933, on this day in history, March the 2nd, the monster movie King Kong had its world premiere, pioneering special effects for the first significant feature film to star an animated character. So, yeah, King Kong was released on this day.
And I mean, the evolution of that.
I know, right?
I get it. That was a sight to see, but I can only imagine, I can't stop. I'm not going to say we're not going to say that those were bad effects. They just were new.
They were new.
And it's just seeing the girl like, ah! And then she has her hand in it, but there was this, that top of the line technology. There are things today, like I can't watch Thriller anymore, or certain things, because you see certain things that, Terminator 2, you still see things that you just didn't see before.
Right. Well, true. Yeah. You notice stuff. You're like, wait a minute. That was pretty cheap looking.
But King, you can't say that about the original productions and things like King Kong. That and not only that, they were not digital. When we say animated, by the way, you're talking about like the flipping, like print, like
what is it called? Like stop. It's like stop and shoot kind of thing. Where they taking the pictures and then they put it all together like a flip book, like one of those flip books you make. Yeah. That's hard stuff. It's almost like claymation, almost kind of like doing claymation, but it's not clay. Yeah.
You have to do every movement. So that is well.
A lot of work.
If you want to look at it, it's actually on YouTube. You can actually see how so many things were made from back in the day, like even Mickey Mouse when he's walking and all that stuff. So a lot of our classics that we love so much did that. Do you have a favorite Disney? Did you do Disney at all?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed like the early Peter Pan, like Peter Pan was one of my favorites. I had I can remember having those books where you play like the tape and you can hear the audio and then you flip the pages and you see the color pictures. I love Fantasia too.
Oh,
Fantasia with all the music and the dancing broom and all that kind of stuff. But
absolutely.
And then of course Bambi. Yeah, Bambi. Those were some of my favorites when I was younger. They were some of the earlier ones. Yeah.
I love the early ones. There was just the theatrics in the early ones, even from the soundtracks that just grasped you and grabbed you and pulled you in. And then, of course, I think for me, it ended with Lion King. Like, that's my favorite, like, epic. I think I was growing, and, it was getting I was telling Disney goodbye, but at the same time,
right.
I don't care who you were.
Yeah.
Was just a powerful movie. But
I think I was like 18 or 19 when Little Mermaid came out. And then of course Lion King was several years after that. So I was in like my mid 20s when Lion King came out.
Yeah, I remember watching I want to say the advertising for Little Mermaid was maybe, I don't know what it had to do with, but it was on Home Alone, and I think the advertising for Little Mermaid or something like that was on
like the trailer.
Yeah. But I tell you what, I heard that they're trying to figure out how to do a remake of E.T. And I think right. I'm on edge because I know how they like to just do stuff.
That's like my ultimate favorite kid movie as a kid.
Yeah,
I love E.T. Yeah. I don't know. Elliot. Yeah. I mean, no, they're not going to find another little girl that's any more adorable than Drew Barrymore. I'm sorry, they're not going to, because she just stole the show. Well, she stole that movie whenever she was in a scene.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah, I think it's extreme. It can backfire really bad if they don't nail it. because there were several attempts on other remakes, like Poltergeist. They tried to remake, and it didn't do very well. Just the Conan didn't do very well. So you mess with it. I like to see things go on. They are working on a new Gremlins, but it's a continuation.
Okay.
It's not. See, I
wasn't a big Gremlins fan. I mean, I think I remember seeing the first film, but it wasn't like I was not like yeah.
I was a fan because I was always told that I was one, and so that's my family. They were like, "Hey, we're bringing the Gremlin over, so you
don't pour water on Duke.
Right,
do not pour any water on Duke.
You're gonna have
you don't know what's gonna happen.
You never know, or feed me after midnight.
You're more like the Tasmanian Devil, more like that, Duke. A little
for sure.
Or animal on the Muppets.
There you go again. There you go. I get the joke. Everyone says they remind me of. I remind them of the Hulk. Like when you need the chaos, just bring Duke, and it'll happen. And then you get to just fix whatever the cleanup. But it's like if you need something broken, bring Duke.
Right. If you need it to be broken, it's like that scene in Goonies when they needed to get through the floor and they they said something to Chunk or put ice cream or whatever it was, and he barreled through. Yeah.
So true, very true.
I did hear that supposedly, I don't know if it's Netflix or it's one of those apps or whatever we call it now, streaming service, that is putting together some sort of a series based off of the Goonies.
Wow.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure. Maybe. I mean, Stranger Things kind of reminds me a lot of Goonies a little bit. The 80s time period,
not to sound like a hypocrite, but the fact that Full House works and Saved by the Bell has come back.
Yeah, but that's the same actors. I don't think maybe Sean Astin, all the other characters, they'd all come back as the parents of their kids that now are treasure hunters or whatever it is, looking for the booty of One-Eyed Joe, or what was his name? One-Eyed Willie. Yeah. So I mean, I would be all in. That's one of my favorite movies. I love Goonies. I don't care how many times it's on. I'm watching it. If it's on TV, I'm going to watch it.
Right.
So,
and I know that we just lost Betty White. And I love how her entire life she's just been funny. And so Netflix, I think they just put Golden Girls back on permanently.
Oh,
so you can watch the whole series of Golden Girls.
Yeah.
That show.
Funny stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I remember me and my grandmother used to sit and watch it together when she would babysit me, and we would watch it and just laugh. And I remember not knowing what they were talking about, but I was laughing because my grandmother would be laughing so hard. But that was
that the interesting thing about that is apparently, I guess she was the oldest of all of those ladies. She's the oldest and she lived the longest.
Yeah.
And the lady that played, I can't remember all the characters, Blanche and whatever else, but the lady that played the oldest woman was actually the youngest woman. She was really the youngest. They aged her.
Wow.
I can't remember what her character's name was, but our listeners are probably shouting it out at the radio right now. But yeah, I know. Very good.
Yeah.
Good show.
I miss all those shows. I don't know what happened to talk show. Well, I do know, but I don't want to
talk shows took over. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, the news companies bought instead of doing sitcoms, because there was several hits: Designing Women, Seinfeld, Friends, all that stuff. But Ben Shapiro wrote a book. And he came after Friends real hard, saying that the agenda was kind of, aiming at altering the culture or something like that. and I had been on the show, but my mics were hot when I answered the phone, and it was like, whoa! And he was like, these guys aren't professional. And I was like, me and Epic were here. He's like, these guys aren't professional. I don't have time for this.
Did he hang up on you, Duke?
No, I hung up on him. I was like, this guy's a jerk, and I hung up on him.
Oh no! What in the world?
Ben Shapiro said, he's like, these guys aren't professional. I don't have time for that. I was like, and we're not. And then hung up the phone. But I absolutely love him. I just realized he's one of those guys that me personally, I'm not structured enough to hang around Ben Shapiro.
Okay.
But I love him. I think he's a great guy. But I could totally see him pressing charges like a restraining order against me just because I annoy him so much. Yeah. So I spared him. He likes structure. I'm not that guy.
That's not Duke.
not at all. I'm more like the oops. Did I do that? I'm that guy.
Yeah. Right. Very good. All right. So where are we at? Are we on? We're on StreamYard, of course, and streaming for everybody that can watch us. So hello. We do want to remind everybody that you can check out our socials. We've got lots of concerts that are coming. Duke talked earlier about being a business partner. If you run a business, or if you just want to support Current FM, we are local, listener supported, non-for-profit. You can write it off on your taxes, your donations, your tax deductible donations. And there's details about that on our website, currentfm.com, or you can shoot us an email, hello@currentfm.com. We'd love to communicate with you and tell you, what you're able to do, or what we're able to do, or partnering together. HELLO@currentfm.com. And Duke's popped up some of the stuff up on the Facebook there for you to see.
Yep.
Very good. Very good.
All right, so we're gonna play some music for you guys. And let's do that. This is Desperado by Evan Kraft.
Current FM, new music now. Evan Kraft, Desperado.
I got to be totally honest with you. Sometimes I get a little nervous because I'm always into the song title, and then I'm like, oh, you got to say the name too, and it's like I got it like. So there's certain artists, like I don't see anyone up here right now, but there's certain artists that I know I'm gonna butcher their name. Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, you gotta get this down.
You gotta tell everybody who it is. I know.
Jordan Files.
No, it's like Feliz. It's like Feliz Navidad. Feliz.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's stuff like that.
How would you say Feliz Navidad? It's Feliz. So Jordan Feliz.
Jordan Feliz. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. Merry Christmas, but it's Jordan Mary.
Jordan Mary. I like that. But Jordan Feliz. So that's done. I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
That's one of them. But there's another one that I know that every time I see it, I'm like, no, I have to see it. Jordan Feliz. We got him taken care of. And
there you go.
And then when I find out, I'm like, Jen, how do I say? What do I say? I want to remind everybody too about Howard Superstore. He's one of our partners as well. Make sure you go to currentfm.com and check that out. And listen, guys, if you are not on Savior Connect, you have to get a Savior Connect page. It is so cool. It's so different. It's like an oasis where you realize you're scrolling through and you realize you're not going to see anything that you wonder, should I have saw that? What is this? What's going on here? That pulls you into drama. It actually, it's almost like accidentally eating the right thing and you feel good about it. but with Savior Connect, you're on and you realize everything's encouraging, everything's empowering. When you see people talk about even the harder scriptures that bring conviction, it's like, yeah, this is a place for that, and so many awesome opportunities for the Word of God to be spoken. That I want to just encourage everybody to get a Savior Connect page. We have grown it from 14 members to now over 8,000 members, and it's just going in less than a year. And I'm telling you guys, it's getting huge, and we're developing more group pages for you guys. Like for faith-based art authors, where people can literally sign up, and each month the books that are up there, that if you want to know a new author, a new name, or see something from a different perspective, you can sign up each month, and authors of the month will be doing interviews with on the authors page, the Savior Connect authors page, where you'll actually be able to talk to the author and do what we're doing now is do StreamYards and lives, and really talk to the authors about the books. Well, they'll be reading the book live on, through social media. So definitely be a part. It's a very interactive community. You guys are going to have a great time. So make sure you join Savior Connect, because while you're scrolling through, you'll still be listening to Current FM, because every Savior Connect page comes with a Current FM player. Isn't
Cool.
that something, personal radio station? It's absolutely amazing. So make sure you get the Savior Connect page.
Is it a free service to download, Duke? Kind of like Facebook?
It sure is. It's absolutely free. And it's such a wonderful, let me see here. Which one was it? No, that's not it. It is absolutely free. And I want to say shout out to Stephen Dunn, who is the developer of Savior Connect. What an amazing young man. And he's the creator. He's the developer. This kid is absolutely amazing. And so way to go. Not to be intimidated by all the other social media platforms out there, but say, I'm going to do it, better. I got Steve, and he was crazy enough to answer my phone call, and so that's how we got connected. And it's been getting bigger and bigger ever since. We are promoting Winter Jam up there, and Winter Jam is not. Please pay attention. Winter Jam is not at Norfolk Scope. So
Not this year. Nope.
Let's do that. It is at Chartway Arena. So, which used to be the Ted Concert Center.
Yeah.
So
it's the arena. It's the arena just outside of Old Dominion University. So make sure that you note that and are aware of it, so that you don't go to the wrong place, and then you got to move. I mean, they're both in Norfolk, but yes, Chartway Arena is where you want to go.
I could totally see me like driving cross country to get here, and just because I know that it's going to be at Norfolk Scope, I go to Norfolk Scope and nobody's there. But I'd be seeing all the Facebook posts of the concert. Like, where are you guys? We're here. What's going on?
Right.
It's not there. It is at Chartway Arena. And then, of course, please remember that We the Kingdom is going to be at London Bridge. They're not at the Norva. I repeat, they are not at the Norva. It is at London Bridge. Do you know it's the Baptist Church?
Yeah, London Bridge Baptist Church in Virginia Beach. It's just off of Lynn Haven Parkway. It's right off the interstate, the Lynn Haven exit. And it's easy access, plenty of parking. But get your tickets in advance, so you don't have to stand in a line to get the tickets the day of the show. You want to be able to get it then. Now, of course, we've talked about Winter Jam being that you don't have to have in advance tickets. You can pay your $10 at the door, but there is an opportunity for you to be a Jam Nation member and purchase a ticket in advance, which then gets you in the doors an hour early, which then gives you an opportunity to be a part of an artist Q&A. You get a Winter Jam t-shirt, a Winter Jam lanyard, you get discounts at the merch tables and all of that kind of stuff. And you get to pick your seat before everybody else, because you're in an hour before the general admission doors are open. So go online. Those generally sell out. The Jam Nation tickets sell out in advance. So make sure that you go online and get those in advance, and you go through a different line. You get in a different line and you go through a different door in order to access that the day of the show. So, but it's a great opportunity, and it's fun getting to go to the artist Q&A because you just get to see some of the artists up close and personal prior to the show, and get to ask them questions and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I tell you what, one of the things that you guys are going to be in for is listen, Skillet is no joke, guys. Skillet is that they're going to rock so hard. That is what they do. And John Cooper is, just one of the most phenomenal artists, songwriters, theme music. If you are one of those guys that are into those theme songs, anthems, those anthem songs, you're gonna get a lot of anthems. I'm actually planning on I want to bring some old school black gospel church members. I'm gonna bring them to Winter Jam just to freak them out. Hilarious. They're like, "What is happening? Where are you?" I can't wait to do. I'm still gonna do that.
Well, it's a great melting pot of different styles, because you've got a Bayside Worship pre-jam, you've got Abby Robertson, then you've got I Am They. They're going to be there. Also, of course, New Song, Colton Dixon, KB, Torrin Wells, and Torrin Wells is kind of stepping back into his Royal Taylor days of dancing around and doing lots of fun stuff. And so, it's going to be the Torrin Wells that maybe you haven't seen in the last 3 or 4 years. For those of you that have been a Torrin Wells fan for a while, you're going to be like, "Where's this been? We're glad you pulled this back out of your hat." And a lot of them have just released new projects. Torrin has a brand new single he just released with Aaron Cole, and Winter Jam has a way of bringing some great surprises during the show that specific to that particular state or location or a day, and so you don't want to miss out on anything. There's fantastic speakers as well throughout the night, and there's a couple of newer artists that you might not have even heard of that they'll introduce you to that aren't even on the lineup of the advertisements that sometimes will pop up and do stuff. So highly recommend you going, and bring people that normally wouldn't be listening to this style of music like Duke said he's going to do, and open up people's minds to what's out there.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to play an artist that recently, he's such a wonderful guy. He was burned in a grease fire recently, and we've been trying to raise money for him because he can't work for the next 3 months. We're actually coming out with an entire shirt line for him to help him raise money for him and his family. His wife ended up breaking her ankle trying to get out of the house, and but we were able to raise some money for him. Well, 3 days after we find out he got burned, another lady was burned or lost everything in a house fire, and he donated money to help her family.
Oh, wow.
His name's William T. Stars. This is his song, Go Off Instead. Check this out. This is William T. Stars.
The devil tried to take me, but Christ ain't gonna let me go. This world gonna try to break me, whatever, I can't let it show. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. The devil trying to take me, but Christ ain't gonna let me go. This world gonna try to break me, whatever, I can't let it show. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I don't think they know what I'm capable of. I be pegging out like I'm analog. There's only one guy who made one star. You won't find another me in catalog. I got the Lord at the head of my thoughts, so I ain't gotta report to synagogues. I know who he is, he the son of God. Plus the Father and Spirit don't wanna call. So I got them balls that hit like a runaway train on the track with a park car. I made it out of the trap star. Got no limits like a black car. Y'all play God like from Asgard. When I pray to God, I just ask for a floodgates to open like a cash drawer. hard, just reap a sword, then I pay it for it. The spirit on me, they say I'm anointed and I ain't winning disappoint. I just pray they get the point. The devil looking to exploit. For that street light, pay the steep price, had me facing letters in the joint. Now they may see me on the wings though, cause I got Jesus at the point. Can't turn my back cause these haters gon' front, let them go ahead and say what they want. I'ma pray so my pastors and haunt me. These predators pray so I stay on the hunt. And I don't feel the tone of my enemy, they see the hand of my Lord is defending me. So I don't know who y'all gon' pretend to be, but I'ma play the man I was sent to be. The devil trying to take me, but Christ ain't gonna let me go. This world gon' try to break me, whatever, I can't let it show. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. The devil trying to take me, but Christ ain't gonna let me go. This world gon' try to break me, whatever, I can't let it show. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I need an epicenosis. I want the full experience and appearance from you to recover my focus. They claim to be Christian, but what if they hope lie when the trouble's approaching? And they out on that front line, enemy got to jump and they call it encroachment. But they ain't no offside. So I sit at the side where my Jesus resides. To the sting out of death when he hung and he died. Now he sit at the side with a flame in his eye and the voices like thunder that's cracking the sky. I get it cracking, I'm fly. I'm a grown man through the challenges inside. Got a promised land, I protect till I die. Give it the program and get this army beside me. I'm off the leash, it's souls in these streets that I gotta reach. The victory's ours, they suffer defeat. So I'm crushing the enemy's head with the heel of my feet. Headed to IQ, he killing the beat. It's cause of my IQ, I stay with a link. Y'all go ahead and stay with a drip. I got living waters overflowing, I sip. I done took off like I'm planning a trip on the coast of VA. Got a room on the strip. I be in tune with the strength. I took a side on strata the fence. Calling him, he gon' come through in the clinch. Paid him my ties, ain't no wonder I'm rich. And it ain't no doubt he alive. It's only because of his grace I survived. So I gotta testify to hear the truth speaking. They get petrified while they proof seeking. I've been rectified. I'm in his booth preaching when I could've died in him I reside. Trying to take me, but Christ ain't gonna let me go. This world gon' try to break me, whatever, I can't let it show. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. The devil trying to take me, but Christ ain't gonna let me go. This world gon' try to break me, whatever, I can't let it show. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. I'ma go off instead. Holy, holy, holy.
Hello? Yeah, I'm coming. I'm on my way. All right. Love you too.
Such a creative guy. He's such a super creative guy. That's William T. Stars, and that was Go Off Instead. And I know did it skip for you? Was it like it's skipping in certain parts?
I didn't notice. I didn't notice it did.
No, because it doesn't in reality. It does here because of the
okay,
internet connection, but it doesn't skip up there. So I want to make sure. I never asked anybody from the other side of the screen, but I tell you what, that guy is so talented and he has such a heart. We are working on that. We're also sending 800 Coming Soon Jesus shirts to Guyana.
Wow!
That we're excited about that project. So make sure you guys, if you get a chance to support and help us out, please do so.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, we're trying to make sure that you get on every continent somewhere somehow. We already have them in Kenya and Rwanda, and we've got them in Germany. We got them in Paris. We've dropped a bunch of it, and it's cool because we just get to send them to these different churches and ministries, and it's so cool to get the pictures back and see how people responded. We got them in India, and so a lot of people reach out and say, "Hey, we need church in our church." So everybody wants them, but that shipping cost is expensive.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure. Y'all make sure that you stop by the kiosk at Lynn Haven Mall down in the center court. and say hello to Duke and the family at the Coming Soon Jesus kiosk. And you have not just T-shirts, but you have a lot of other things. You have books
Yeah. For 20 years, it was just the Coming Soon Jesus message, but now we are actually putting. We have shirts that say things like "Make good decisions," mainly things that minister to me. To remind myself, like I need a T-shirt that says "Make good decisions."
Stay off social media.
Stay off. We need a shirt that says "Stay off social media" for Duke. If you ever see Duke tripping, just be like, "Hey, man, you're being stupid right now." Please.
You just need to say, "Bless him." Just bless him.
It's gonna all make sense when I'm like in my 90s and I can be the grumpy old man. It just doesn't look right now. But like, okay, now he can do it. Now
when you grow into that attitude,
get off my lawn. But I just look stupid right now in this stage of my life. It's like, what is this guy fussing about today?
You'd be like one of those characters that Eddie Murphy plays, like when he.
Absolutely. Or Tyler Perry, either one. Yeah.
In the barbershop. Yeah, in the barbershop. Yeah.
For sure, 100%. Wait, what would I be doing in a barbershop?
Well, you're not you're getting a shave, your beard or whatever. Or you're just
for the beard. Or just there to fuss.
Yeah, you're just there to fuss.
That's
you have no hair, you don't need a shave, but you're just there to fuss.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And what's so funny is that when we did the first show with you, we talked about me having the long beard, and you're kind of scary. But I came from doing street ministry, so I definitely looked scared.
Well, yeah, you had longer hair, and I know a lot of guys, well, and girls too, but you get that freedom of not having to shave or whatever when you get out of the military, so you just want it all to just grow for a while. So,
there's a whole other community of people you have to connect to, and I looked like a black biker gang member. That's exactly what I look like. And then, of course, you do wonder about someone's sanity when they walk around with no shoes on for 3 years. That can definitely.
Did you do that?
Oh yeah. That was hilarious.
I don't remember. I don't. That was before I knew you, I think.
No. Actually, we actually knew that because I was working with the Daniel McFall and all of those guys.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I just didn't look at your feet. And
thank goodness, because you were already dealing with the mug, and you're like that would have just threw you off. Like, that guy's insane.
Yeah.
But I gotta say that I remember. I'll never forget. We were talking about doing this radio station that only played independent local music, and we were coming to you for tips and things like that. Me and Daniel and you were just saying, hey, we already do that. That's because that's how we actually got connected to Current FM. As you started telling us that, hey, we already have something that plays. At that time, you were doing the local show and all the ideas that, like, you couldn't tell us that we did not just create this concept of we're going to put independent local artists on radio. And you're like, yeah, I remember Daniel talking. You're like, yep, we do that. And I just love that you have always been a servant of the people, a servant of the community in the music realm. And you've always been helping people reach their goals and dreams one way or another, whether that was being a teacher in music at school or at church, or you've always been an inspiration. And unfortunately, you brought me to Current FM, and I've never left. And so technically, it's all your fault. But you inspired us so much. And I gotta tell you that was one of the most inspirational things is leaving from the meeting with you, which you probably don't remember. Leaving from the meeting with you, getting into the car, and turning to Current FM, and guess what song was on? We Were Meant to Live for So Much More by Switchfoot. That was like the icing on the cake. Like, this is what we're meant to do. And seriously, that is what we did. And that was like, I don't know if everybody remembers that song, but I remember actually thinking, can you do that? Can we rock out this good and it doesn't and be Christian, and because that was a rock song,
Right.
And of course it was just like we can do that. It was the most liberating feeling in the world, because at that particular time, everything was like Michael W. Smith and real safe.
True. Yeah, true. But the station that we were, a part of, that we have been for years, I won't say was a rebel, but we started doing some things before everybody else did. We had a rock show, and it was like
Right.
heavy rock. And then of course I had the local show, and then several years later, Noble comes on the scene. Shout out to our friend DJ Noble, who lives out of the area now, but then he started a hip hop show. And so we had, some of these specialty shows that featured artists that weren't getting played anywhere else in radio, or didn't have a voice.
Yeah. At all. Like KJ5 too is one of them. The whole Tooth and Nail family. I had no idea that there was music out there that was tailored towards people that were your bikers, your skateboarders, your surfers, like you guys have always been cutting edge, and you were always like on the front line of that. So again, I gotta thank you for everything you've done, because you could have easily been in the secular industry making millions of dollars doing this and that, and you could with your love for music, knowledge, and your no nonsense attitude, you would have been easily a great manager for some band, but I love that you stayed with us and helped us get through 20 years of music evolution.
I appreciate that, Duke. Thank you so much for sharing it. Yeah, it will be actually in 2023, in May of 2023, it'll be 30 years. It'll be 30 years for me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's and the only way we're really going to see revival is with that kind of commitment, because musically and as far as entertainment, we let the world get so loud for so long that it's going to be, we have to have that longevity to get some of that back, and that time back, that influence back. And it's working. You got Lecrae out there who, is a lot of secular artists are hearing his music saying, we're allowed to do that. We can be Christians and do that. And we don't have to cuss anymore. We don't have to do that. So it's amazing to see the influence that's already starting to take place in the industry, the secular industry. You like for King & Country had, Dolly Parton remake one of the songs.
Yeah. And like a week or so ago, well, we talked about it last Wednesday. Maverick Music was on the Kelly Clarkson show. And
huge. So what you thought was impossible before, please let's speak life, because the truth of the matter is that God is doing something great, and it's because of people like yourself who stayed committed and allowed him to use you. That I don't know if you remember this guy named Travis Green. He's a local guy. Travis, do you remember Travis Green at all? You do? That's awesome. He actually, I remember one time talking to him, and he was like, Duke, I was talking about these secular artists. He was like, I don't know who any of them are. I only listen to Christian music. I don't know if he still is anymore, but he was so influenced by Current FM. He was so influenced by the music. And then he became a youth pastor. And I guess it's a requirement as a youth pastor to get tattoos on your face or whatever. Not necessarily on your face, but just can't be a youth pastor today without a tattoo. What's happening to these kids?
Yeah, right.
Don't get tattoos to be a youth pastor. I'm just saying. It seems like there's a trend. It's funny. But I do want to thank you so much for your commitment and the impact you make. But 30 years, huh?
Yeah, it's coming up on it. Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing.
In another year. So yeah, we're at 29.
And this is going to be a very difficult question, but can you say what your favorite Newsboy band is? Like, what phase of Newsboys did you prefer? Do you like the Michael Taylor? Do you?
I do. The Peter Furler, Michael Tate. I wasn't a huge Newsboys fan when they first came out. And it was kind of evolution. Same thing with Skillet. I wasn't like into that style, particularly in the 90s when they first came out. But maybe it was the maturity in me and branching out, getting out of my comfort zone, personally, and I enjoy them now, but I didn't then. And same thing with Newsboys as well. Yeah, I mean, a lot of other.
The He Reigns got me.
Mm-hmm.
He Reigns is what did it for me, and that's when I was like, okay, this is really good. He Reigns did it for me, and then I think what happened was I was watching MTV one time when I found out about KJ52.
Oh, okay.
And he made that song.
The Dear Slim,
for
Eminem.
I saw MTV like rip him apart and tear him apart. But the reason why, not because he didn't have skills, they thought he was beefing with. Yeah. So they didn't know he was ministering to it.
Right.
And about 2 years ago, Eminem releases a song where he's talking about that song in the song. And so KJ52, it blew his mind because he didn't even think he was just a little guy in Florida trying to put a message out, and it actually got heard by one of the biggest artists. So don't ever think that what God puts on your heart doesn't happen. But what I really want people to know is why it's so important to support Christian music, because a lot of these guys are doing it because they love God.
Absolutely.
And we're facilitating that. We facilitate that and give them the opportunity to live a phenomenal life.
It's their outlet. It's their outlet of ministry to get the word out about God, to be a light. Yep.
Well,
definitely is.
We're
about done with our time together today. I just want to remind everybody, or I mentioned it earlier in the show, if you're interested and if you're looking for a worship night, I'm going to be a part of a worship night on Friday night at Essential Church in Virginia Beach, which is off of Salem Road. It's on Wereneck Road, 420 Wereneck, in Virginia Beach. It starts at 7:00, and it's going to be a fantastic worship experience. And we're just really looking forward to it, and just to celebrate what God has done and what God continues to do in our lives. And if you want to be a part of it, Essential Church this Friday, March the 4th at 7:00. And if you're listening right now and you're out of the area and you can't come, we'll be streaming it live on the Facebook page for Essential Church. So just go on there and like it and follow, and then you can check it out on Friday night.
All right. Well, listen, everybody, her information is up there for you to contact her. That's phenomenal. And what time does it start again?
7 this Friday.
7:00. This Friday, 7:00 at Essential Church. Do not miss it. Her email's up here along with her Cash App. Make sure you show some love. We love you, Jen. Thank you so much.
Love you too, Duke. All right. You have a good week.
God bless you.
I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye, everybody.